There must be some mistake. I didn't order anything.
Miss Debra Medina?
Yes?
Special delivery. Okay, bring it on in.
No, I really didn't order anything. What? What is this?
You know, you've got some pretty strange friends deliver something like this from the coast.
The coast?
Yeah.
That means it must be from Cord.
Yeah, I think that was the name of the card. Listen, lady, you got a tip?
Oh, God.
You don't have to put up a front with me, honey. I know how upset you are. I can feel your whole body shaking.
Maybe I should just have a brandy or something.
No, what you should do is crawl into a big, warm, comfortable bed and try to forget this whole sorry ordeal with Roger this evening. And you don't have to do it alone. Not if you don't want to.
Oh, Clint, I don't really know what I want right now. I mean, I know I don't relish the thought of being alone tonight,
Honey,
but
you don't have to have all the answers. And you don't have to suffer alone. Remember me? I'm the fella who can put a smile on that little face even when you think it's impossible.
I do remember that. But tonight,
Tonight, you need me more than ever. So lean on me, honey. Tomorrow, you got a big day. You want to be up for it, don't you?
Oh, sure, of course I do.
All right, then. Let me stay with you. Let me pamper you tonight. And let my love give you all the comfort that you need. Gabrielle.
What are you afraid of? You wanted her here, and now that she's here, what?
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
Anthony Vallone, I'm from the Sacred Heart Church. I understand you'd like to donate this place to the Outlook House Foundation. Tony, my man, do you get the feeling you're talking to yourself? Yes, I do. I know what you're talking about. Well, nobody's home. At least there's a view of the cemetery. Prime real estate, prime real estate. Hello? Glad I didn't waste Gabrielle's time.
Damn it, Tony, why did you have to come here? If only Gabrielle come here, then maybe I would have. From here, it looks like a city. A city of the dead. Maybe that's where I belong.
Did you get the Trouble preschool results?
Yeah, actually. I think it took about a day.
But you were gone so long.
Yeah. See, I couldn't just leave CJ there. It was so tough for me to leave him again. I mean, it was breaking my heart knowing that I had to leave.
And you just couldn't bear to leave him and you couldn't bring him back. I mean, why can't Tina be reasonable about custody?
Please. Tina doesn't understand the word reasonable. All she cares about is what she wants.
And there's no way we can resolve this?
As far as Tina's concerned, the only way this could be resolved is if I move out to California.
You're not thinking about doing that, though, are you?
No. No, come on, Llanview's my home. My whole family is here. I got a job here. All my friends are here. Everybody I care about is right here in town. Except, of course, CJ. You know, I really missed you. I mean, and that's not even saying half of it, Debra. I really wish you had been there. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have done that, huh?
I'm not complaining.
Well, I know, I mean, come on. I mean, first thing, I get back into town, and what do? I rush right over here, just like that.
You're going to see me first?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you. Well, my mother's working late at the Banner, and, so she's not gonna waltz in here and be shocked. And so we could just, like, sit and talk and order some supper up and, improvise.
Yeah, well, it's that improvising stuff that I think we need to be careful of. I mean, come on, Debra. I wanted to see you, and I wanted to come up here. I just want to rush into anything and louse this up because I really... Oh, come on, you know.
I just wish you wouldn't be so good to me all the time.
Oh, yes, you do. Hey, come on, man. That's half my charm.
Oh, right. Okay, so fine. What's the other half?
Fergus.
What?
Fergus, that's what I call this big guy right here. Because he's going to stay here tonight, and he's going to keep you company. And I promise you, I'm going to call you first thing in the morning.
Fine. You better.
I will. Good night, Debra.
Good night.
Take it easy, Fergus.
And, Fergus says, welcome home.
I'm tempted. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want you to hold me and comfort me.
Then let me. All I want is to help you get through this.
I know you do. I think that tonight I need to be alone, though. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with you, Clint. Really. I'm very upset, and I'm kind of devastated by Roger's very strange behavior. I think I just need some time to sort things out and try and make sense of things. You can understand that, can't you?
Viki, of course I understand it.
Thank you. You've been so sweet to me. I'm very grateful.
I don't want your gratitude, and I don't want some kind of reward. The last thing I want is for you to share your bed with me because you think you owe me some kindness. What I do want is to share your problems and your feelings and...
You have been, Clint. You've been just wonderful to me, especially since Roger turned his back on me.
Well, you've made it very easy to be wonderful to you. It's almost as if our marriage has some kind of new life, some new hope. Or am I the only one who feels that way?
No, you're not the only one.
Well, then maybe you can understand why I feel that it isn't right for me to keep sleeping in the carriage house.
Well, it does seem unnecessary, doesn't it?
Unnecessary? Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
I do want you closer. I guess I'm just not ready to share a bed with you.
All right, all right. There's a nice big bed in the guest room.
You don't mind?
Of course not.
Thank you for being patient with me.
It's called love, Mrs. B. Now, I think you better get upstairs and get some rest. You got a big day tomorrow. And don't worry about the kids. I'll make sure that they finish their homework, and I'll get them all tucked in. I'll even read Jessica's favorite story to her again.
You are a hard-working daddy.
Well, it comes with the territory. The important thing is for you to get some rest. You've got a very big day tomorrow. You've got that TV appearance with Herb, and that's one-on-one. You want to be at your best for that, don't you?
Oh, sure I do.
All right.
Okay, you're the boss.
No, I'm just a hard-working campaign manager.
No. You're my husband. Please don't ever forget that part.
I haven't. Good night, honey.
Good night, Clint.
Okay, Gabrielle Medina. At attention, on duty, what is first on the agenda?
Ho, how many cups of coffee did you have this morning?
Just one, and it's not the coffee. It's you.
Hmm.
Your idea finally sank in that I should just forget this obsession for Max and start concentrating on the living. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start thinking of the best life for myself and for my son, and the means to that end, of course, is Outlook House. So, let's see the reports from the benefit. According to the numbers, it really was a success, eh?
Well, there's no denying it. You raised a lot of money for a needy cause.
Not to mention all the high-powered people that I met. Let's not forget them. And if the rich and famous of Llanview are impressed with me so far... Oh. What's this about a house?
What?
This note says, tell Gabrielle about house.
Oh, yeah, I left that there to remind me to tell you. The other day, some woman comes into my office, right? She's shy, kind of mysterious, and I don't know what to make of it when she offers me this house.
What house, Tony?
The Outlook House Foundation. She heard we were looking for a site to build a project, and she wanted you to check it out personally.
Well, why didn't you tell me? I'll get right on
No,
it.
don't even worry about it. There was something strange about it, right? So I check it out myself, and it turns out the place is abandoned. People haven't lived there for years. I think maybe it's some kind of a prank.
Well, it takes all kinds, doesn't it?
Okay. So here's a list. Yeah, this is a list of houses we can look at today.
Great. Fine, but first I'd like a printout of all the wealthy people who made pledges at the benefit, okay?
Max? Max, it's me, Lily.
Hey, Lily, what a godsend you are.
Brought some breakfast.
After last night, I need some solid food. Come on.
What happened last night? Did Gabrielle show up?
No, the priest showed up. I guess he wanted to know if this place would be okay for his drug program.
Well, he didn't see you, did he?
No, of course not, of course not. Now, Lily, why on earth did I think I could lure Gabrielle here? Huh? And made her think that she could talk to me and as if I was someone else?
It might have worked.
Only my dreams. She would guess like that. And then giving me pity.
Are you so sure?
Of course I'm sure. And what's worse is that she would have just sacrificed the rest of her life taking care of me. I just don't know what I can do for her.
Max, there's only so much you can do for Gabrielle. I mean, if she's gone back to her old ways. Why should you take it upon yourself to change her?
I can't stop loving her, Lily.
No one says you have to, Max. But what you do have to do is learn to love yourself. And that's much more difficult. Believe me, I know, I've been there. And I can help you get through this if you'd let me. But first, and it's for your own good, you have to let Gabrielle go.
Did you just see the polls,
The only
Herb?
poll I care about is the one on election day.
That sounds good, Herb, but if this trend continues, Viki will win.
Your way to reverse the trend is by exploiting her personal life. Sorry, Burke, it's not my style.
No one is asking you to exploit poor Viki. But Herb, you have a responsibility to the public to let them know what kind of a leader she is. I mean, if she can't solve her own problems with Roger, how's she going to solve the complex problems of Llanview? Exactly. Now, I've prepared some questions for you to put to Viki. If you slip them in right at the right moment, you'll catch her off guard, and then we'll be on our way.
Say the list. I know what I'm going to say to Viki and what I'm not going to say. I'm leaving for the studio. You coming, Burke?
Let's go, Dorian. Maybe we can talk some sense into him along the way.
No. Look, I'll meet you there. You go ahead. I have to pick out something suitably stunning to wear.
Oh, that's what I like. A woman who has her priorities straight. Come on.
I'll see you in a little while. Now, let me see. Oh, absolutely. Ah, the yellow. That's it. I wish Herb was more like me. Make a decision and live with it. There he is now, deciding that I was right after all. Roger.
Good morning, Dorian. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, but I came by with an offer. An offer I hope you can't refuse.
How are you feeling today?
Physically terrible. Mentally better. You gonna ask me to come in, or you afraid of me or something?
Heavens, no. Come on in. Although, I really must tell you, I'm a little shocked by finding you on my doorstep. I was certain you'd wake up this morning, be terribly upset by everything that you had told me, and that you had cast aspersions on dear Victoria.
I couldn't feel less that way. After a night's sleep and deeper reflection, I'm angrier than ever.
Oh, good heavens.
I don't know what I told you last night. I don't remember everything. But I did make it clear I feel betrayed.
Pretty much.
I gave Victoria the chance to break away from the stifling, suffocating influence of the Buchanans. Instead, she let them turn her away from me. That I can never forgive.
I can see that. But what I don't understand is, Roger, we don't know each other very well. And yet you come here again, share your feelings with me. Why?
Well, if you don't want to hear it, I'll go.
No, wait. I'm very flattered. And I certainly can't imagine why Viki would turn her back on a man like you. But you said you had an offer. And I have a feeling it has to do with your split with Viki. So why don't you just tell me what it is?
And you wonder why I come to you? You get right to the heart of the matter. No apologies, no hesitation, not like some people.
Roger, the offer.
Actually, this is intended for Herb. After all, he's the other candidate in this race. And what I have to say could change the entire campaign.
Then why come to me?
I know where the power lies.
Don't assume too much, Roger. Herb is his own man.
Oh, I'm sure he is. But he listens to you.
I have his ear on important matters.
This is an important matter. If you'll give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you what it is.
Actually, you've intrigued me so much. I'll give you 10.
Okay, folks, can we clear the way for the camera, please? Good. Excuse me. Pardon me, everybody. Good. We want to set up right back here. Thanks.
Hi. How are you?
Mrs. Buchanan,
Thank
perhaps
you.
you'd like to wait in the green room.
No, I'm fine, thanks. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Hi. Hi.
Can't wait to get started, huh?
Are you kidding? I'm trembling.
Well, those kind of nerves are good for you, honey.
Remind me of that when I get tongue-tied in front of the whole town. Oh, listen, there's the stage manager. Let me check up some last-minute details.
Oh, go ahead. Gives me time to say hello to 2 old friends of mine.
Herb, I really don't think...
Morning, Viki, Clint.
Herb.
Herb.
Good morning. All ready for our showdown?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm hoping this turns out to be less a confrontation and more a real debate of the issues. That way nobody loses.
I'm awful glad to hear you say that. I was saying that to Clint earlier.
Oh, no. Makes it all
Excuse
tense
me,
and
Herb,
terrible.
about those details.
Oh, you can handle them, Burke. You know how much I trust you. You've both met Burke Winger, of course.
Yes, hi.
It's nice to see you again, Miss Winger. Only this time now, we're doing the same job.
That's right. I haven't had a chance to congratulate you. You've got your work cut out for you. I have a feeling Clint's going to make a formidable manager for Vicky's campaign.
Well, you know what they say about amateurs. What they lack in know-how, they make up for in enthusiasm.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you, there can be a problem with being a professional, too. A little danger in that. You know, you get so caught up in the job and the money that you tend to lose sight of what got you involved in the first place.
If you don't mind, I think I'll go and shake hands with the press corps.
Oh, great idea. Excuse me, sweetheart. I'll join you.
I have a good idea. Why don't we let all our managers and supporters do the fighting so we can remain friends?
It's a very good idea, but will Dorian stand still for that?
You know, maybe I should print up cards to hand out every time she says something rude.
Listen, that wasn't your fault, Herb. I think that if we work very hard at it, we can keep this campaign from turning into a mudslinging contest.
I'd feel better if I saw Dorian sitting there right now. I keep thinking she's planning to make a grand entrance right in the middle of my big speech.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one who's nervous.
Oh.
You know, it's my first television appearance without proper preparation.
Oh, you'll be fine. Besides, if the voters want to choose between a pair of robots, we'll both lose.
Oh, please.
Okay, everybody, that's 2 minutes to air. Let's take our
Here we
places,
go.
please. Mr. Buchanan, Mr. Callison.
Thank you.
Come on, everybody, let's get settled.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Your wife, or should I say the candidate, looks a little nervous.
Well, you know, so was Hank Aaron, but he managed to knock a few home runs.
And that's 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to this special edition of View on Llanview. This morning, the race for mayor, up close and personal.
And we want to follow up on all the names on this list today. Now, some of the people said yes at the benefit, but some of the people said no. I think with a little gentle prodding, we might be able to get them to contribute to Outlook House. And hello, Gabrielle.
Johnny, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm thinking about this house.
I told you it's empty. There's nobody there.
Yeah, I know, but the address here, that's right next door to the cemetery where Max is buried.
I would say it's practically in the cemetery. I stood by one of the windows on the way out. Boom, it had quite a view.
Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what?
Well, if you could see the cemetery from the window, then obviously it's the same house that I could see from the grave.
So?
So put 2 and 2 together. There's someone living in that house. Someone who saw me unconscious on Max's grave that night, carried me into your church, gave me his jacket, which had the ring in it. Now it's all coming together.
Gabrielle, I thought about that for a moment, but trust me, no one lives in that house.
You're so certain of that with one quick visit?
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll go back there if you want me to, but I think we should check this list first today. We should concentrate on this list, okay? Now, I'll have a meeting with this Ladies' Altar Society, and you can start making the rounds on houses. Gabrielle, do me a favor, will you? Stay out of trouble today.
I told you, Max, Jared gave me this house and you can stay here as long as you want. But my concern is you being here all by yourself with nothing to do in this gloomy room and only thinking of your past, only thinking of Gabrielle. Max, why did you say you were glad she didn't come?
I don't know. I mean, what makes me think I could have gotten through to her without exposing myself?
What if you can't get through to her at all? And what if she's determined to live her life for herself? I don't mean to sound depressing or anything like that, but I really don't think it's a good idea to have Gabrielle come here, Max. For what I can see, Gabrielle has caused you nothing but pain. And I think together we can find a new life, a better life for you. Isn't that what you want?
Yeah, maybe you're right, Lily. Maybe it's time for me to let go of Gabrielle and give her up.
Max.
I just need some time alone, okay?
No, that's the last thing you need. Come on, let me stay here and I'll talk to you and keep you...
Just a short while, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know about a kinder and a gentler Llanview, but I think the very least we are entitled to here is safe streets and safe schools, free from the menace of drugs.
Mr. Callison, would you care to respond?
Yes, thank you. No one can argue with my opponent's stand on drugs. The question is not one issue versus another. It's a question of leadership. Who is better prepared to lead Llanview through the next decade?
Mr. Grayson, you have a question in that regard?
I do. It involves our crumbling waterfront. Mr. Callison, as mayor, could you solve that continuing problem?
Yes, the solution...
You want to see a home run? Watch this.
Development. By providing the private sector with incentives, we can reclaim the harbor and port facilities that once made Llanview famous.
May I respond to that?
One moment, please, Mrs. Buchanan. I believe Mr. Grayson has a follow-up.
Just how would you reclaim the port of Llanview?
A, turn those dilapidated warehouses into condominiums and apartments. B, invite private industry to create a modern shopping area. And C, most important, encourage the state and federal governments to give us back a working, successful port authority. That's just a start.
Make that a grand slam home run.
Mrs. Buchanan?
My opponent reminds me of one of my children's favorite storybook characters, Winnie the Pooh. Pooh Bear always wants to have great adventures and do great things. Unfortunately, in the real world, we have all seen these so-called great investments that simply stand as empty monuments to grandiose thinking and short-term gain. Yes, the waterfront may very well one day be the prosperous commercial center that it once was, but for now, I truly believe that a more modest and realistic approach is what is called for. We should turn it into a center for low and moderate income housing, and then, with a very firm community base in place, anything will be possible.
Two views, two very different approaches. We'll be back with more from our two candidates after these messages.
And cut. Okay, short break, folks. Everybody keep your places.
Outstanding, Herb. But with the next question, go for the juggler. She is ready to fall.
You want to bring in the cut man? Give me some smelling salts?
Sweetheart, that was great.
Oh, thank you.
You know, the way you took that question and ran with it was a thing of beauty.
Well, thank you very much. If I say so myself, it wasn't half bad. Look at this. Almost steady as a rock.
Excuse me. Herb, I have to talk to you immediately.
Well, too late. I already got instructions between rounds from Burke.
Could you stop it? Listen to me. This is important.
Well, so was your being here to provide a little moral support. You know what? You couldn't find the right dress? This is nice.
Damn it, would you stop being so sarcastic? You want to win this election? I am going to hand it to you on a sterling silver platter unless you're too smug to take it.
Yeah, Dorian, if you can hand me this election, either you are a supreme optimist or a miracle worker.
A little of both, my love. Brace yourself, because you're about to make a decision that is going to decide the fate of this election here and now.
You got that right, Briggs. Yeah, I got it right here in front of me. What are you trying to do? Prove that you put this paper out without me? Well, I'm sorry. You guys are just going to have to get used to my input again. That's right. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't you set up a meeting with the editorial department sometime tomorrow? Yeah, that's fine. Debra, it's okay. Hold on. Yeah, tomorrow's fine. Why don't you set up the meeting and then you get back to me? Take it easy, Briggs. Thanks. Bye. Hi. Well, Debra, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Long time no see.
Well, thanks, Claude, but listen, you may think I'm really pushy coming in and seeing you when I saw you last night.
Whoa, settle down. It's all right. I like it when you come to see me, especially when you're so excited about something. What's going on?
Well, I am excited, and I'm nervous, and 100 different things. I just wanted to come over and tell you.
All right. Sit down. Relax.
Okay.
Now, tell me, what's happening?
Okay, have you ever heard of Sandy Andlewood?
The name sounds familiar to me.
Well, anyway, she's head of casting for Fraternity Row. And they called me up and they've asked me to come in.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, Debra. That's great.
Well, I mean, I know I made a little reputation as a dancer, but I never even thought of myself as an actress. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Debra, come on. Just think of this as something new. You'll be fine. So tell me about this. Is this the audition here?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is what they sent me, 6 pages.
Oh, wow. Gee, I bet you could learn that pretty quick.
Claude, it's not the learning it, it's the doing it. This is a hot, sexy, sultry scene.
Well, you know, those characters sometimes start out pretty innocent and they become hot and sexy and sultry.
Right. I just can't help feeling that I'm really wasting my time.
Come on. Listen, girl, I have seen what you can do in front of camera.
Yeah, but that's different. That's you and me, and you made it fun. And
Well, I had a little bit to do with that, but come on. You had fun in front of that little tiny 35mm camera that I've got, right? It's going to be great fun in front of those big TV cameras. Come on. Why don't you give it a try?
What?
Come give it a try. You need to learn how to be hot and sexy and sultry. Well, Professor Cordero is going to teach you everything he knows about those things.
Before you ask your follow-up question, I have a follow-up answer of my own. I realize that Llanview is a small town, but unfortunately, we have big city problems. And we've already addressed the issue of drugs. An equally pressing issue right now is to find shelter for all our homeless people. Do we just continue to walk past all the people that we see every single day on the park benches and in the streets? Do we just pretend they're not there? Or even worse, that they will not always be there? I truly believe the time has come when we must get to the
Viki certainly has a
causes
way with words, doesn't
of
she?
homelessness.
And with the voters. Or haven't you seen the latest poll?
Oh, well, the polls have a way of changing drastically from day to day. Wasn't it Casey Stengel who said it ain't over till it's all over?
Way to provide those jobs.
Willie Shoemaker, I think.
Well, it's close enough.
To stimulate the business industry. Some call it trickle-down economics. All I know is it works.
Mr. Callison, I never meant to suggest that we simply build the low-income housing and ignore the rest of the needs. Yes, jobs are a very definite solution, but our first priority has to be to put a roof over these people's heads. And not just any old roof. It should be a place that human beings can live in, someplace they can take some pride in.
You want to start with housing, that's fine, but at the same time, we have to initiate programs that give these people the means to support themselves and their families. Now, you have consistently failed to address that subject.
Mr. Callison, you have suggested that
You know, for
Mrs.
someone
Buchanan's
who's
solution
backing
to
a
the drug
loser,
problem
you seem
is
strangely
naive.
confident.
I know a winner when I'm looking at him. I don't feel too badly, Clint. You may be losing a mayor, but you're gaining a wife.
I kind of think I can have both.
Still the dreamer. I would have thought that you'd learn by now.
No, the only thing I've learned is not to accept anything less than everything.
Now who's overconfident?
Just remember you heard it right here first.
Failure of the judicial system to keep these people in prisons. Mrs. Buchanan seems to think there is an instant solution to every problem.
Herb, I never said there was an instant solution to every problem. You must read my position papers.
Mrs. Buchanan, a lot has been made of your personal problems. Would you care to comment?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I would care to comment, and I am very happy for the opportunity to clear the air. As I'm sure you all know, recently, my longtime friend and my campaign manager, Roger Gordon, and I had a parting of the ways. Now, I know that the gossip mongers and the scandal sheets are having an absolute field day with this, but I can assure the voters of Llanview that my position on all the central issues in this campaign has not changed.
Mrs. Buchanan, you were saying?
Yes, I'm sorry, I was saying that my personal life is an open book. I have nothing to hide, and I have nothing to fear.
Hello? Hello? I don't mean to cause you any harm. My name is Gabrielle Medina. I just want to talk to you. Please, I'm sorry to intrude in your privacy, but I knew Tony was wrong. I knew somebody was here. This house isn't abandoned. This is your house, isn't it? You're here somewhere listening and watching. It's all right. I'm not afraid of you. I just want to talk to you, to thank you. You were the one who saved me, right? Please, just show yourself. I just want to talk to you and thank you so much. If you can hear my voice, and I know you can, won't you please come out?
So come on, what's this scene about?
Okay, well, you're Logan and I'm Laura.
Okay.
Okay, now Logan used to be a private detective, and then he met Chloe and he settled down and married her. And then he teaches English at the university.
Okay, where does Laura come into this?
Okay, well, I'm a student and I'm in love with him.
Oh, and is it vice versa?
Well, he can't keep his hands off me. I mean, her.
Oh, so it's kind of like that forbidden love type thing, this nuclear meltdown, right?
Well, pretty much. I mean, she wants him desperately, and he wants her, but he's also riddled with guilt about his wife and everything.
That sounds interesting. Why don't we just stick to the script here?
Right.
Let me look at this here. Okay, you come into the office, right?
Right.
You're gonna talk about your grades and, oh, I get it. You both really know what you're there for, right? Then I begin to undress you. You see that?
Yeah.
Have you read this?
Yes, I have. Now you know why I'm so nervous.
Ow! Ooh. Logan, unbuttoning her dress and lets it fall to the floor. Laura presses her body against him, murmuring his name again and again as we fade to a commercial. Oh, girl.
Well, listen, we don't have to do that bit. I mean, this is only a rehearsal for the audition.
Oh, don't worry. No, I'm gonna keep this real clean. Well, come on, here. Let's try it, okay? Right there at the beginning.
Excuse me, Professor.
Oh, my office hours are tomorrow, Laura, not today.
But this couldn't wait, sir. I couldn't wait.
You gotta look at me.
What?
Well, it says right there, you're supposed to look at me meaningfully.
Okay, all right. Oh, God, stop it. Don't make me laugh. I want to be good at it.
All right, I'm sorry. Well, let's get into the meat of the scene a little bit later on, okay?
Right.
Right here. About your last exam.
Well, I don't care about the exam or my grades. All I care about is you, Logan.
Laura?
Look, your wife can't make you happy. I can. I mean, if you'll give me the chance.
Well, go ahead. It says you're supposed to kiss me. Well, him. Logan.
Right, I know what it says.
Well, don't you want to follow the directions? I mean, one of the things I've heard about what makes a great actress is if they can take direction. So it says right there, she kisses him very sweetly. Sweetly. So sweet. Then it says, he kisses her back. And then they kiss again, and the kiss becomes deep and passionate.
In conclusion, I would simply like to thank WVLE very much for the opportunity to discuss the issues that will decide this campaign. And come election day, I would hope very much that the voters of our town will decide that my way is the right way for Llanview.
Thank you, Mrs. Buchanan.
Thank you.
Mr. Callison, your closing statement. Mr. Callison?
Yes, in lieu of a statement, I have an announcement to make.
What's he up to now? Shh, listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the newest member of my campaign staff, a man whose qualifications speak for themselves. Roger, would you join me, please?
Incredible, but true. Who's the winner now, Clint?
Ladies and gentlemen, Roger Gordon.
A few days ago, you were supporting Victoria Buchanan. Now you're behind Mr. Callison. Why? Does it have to do with her marriage?
Well, my reasons for quitting Ms. Buchanan's campaign and joining Mr. Callison's had nothing to do with her private life or mine. This is a purely political decision. I've examined the issues and I've found Ms. Buchanan lacking. To put it bluntly, she's unqualified for the job as mayor. So from this day until Election Day, I will devote all my time and energies into convincing the citizens of Llanview that Victoria Buchanan is unfit to run this town.
What makes you believe she's not qualified?
This sounds very personal to me, Mr.
Because
Porter.
you're
Mr. Porter,
switching to
how
have
long have you
anything
been
to do with
working
Mr.
with
Buchanan's new role in her
on this
campaign?
issue? I mean, was this known by...
No. Listen, please, I still have your ring. I mean, it must be your ring. It was in the jacket that you gave to me to keep warm. Well, it's a beautiful gold wedding band. It must belong to you. It must mean a great deal to you, please. I just want to give it back to you, that's all. Perhaps we could talk, just the two of us. Well, maybe you could tell me why you were drawn to the cemetery to save me. I mean, was it the same sensation that brought me here now? You know, the feeling is so strong in this house. I think it must be your presence. There's a gentle, kind presence. All I want to do is to see you and talk to you and thank you, that's all.
Tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chevy Chase, and Warren Beatty talk with Barbara Walters. Then it's the Silver Screen's Golden Event. Billy Crystal